Hi, Mar.
Hey, Ben.
Mar, do you want to hear a story?
You bet I do.
In the year 1979, the year of our Lord,
Okay. Going way back.
Glenn A. Larson, a writer-producer for television, had a number of hits under his belt,
Such as?
Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
Heard of it?
I think I have.
Bucky Rogers in the 21st Century.
Okay.
The internet tells me it was a hit, so I choose to believe it.
I believe the internet.
Quincy M.E.
I've heard Quincy.
Quincy Medical Examiner.
Maybe I'm thinking Quincy Jones.
I think that's probably his biggest hit. He also later in the 80s went on to do Knight Rider, which is very big. But Quincy ran for the longest, and not his biggest, but perhaps my favorite title of them all. He is responsible for BJ and the Bear.
Yeah, that's my favorite title too.
Do you have the foggiest idea what BJ and the Bear is about?
It would be BJ Novak and a gay guy in WeHo.
The remake is obviously happening, and that's what it is.
What is it about?
First, let me preface it with another question. Did you know that in the mid to late 70s, in the United States of America, there was a trucker craze?
Are you kidding?
Oh, I'm not even close to kidding.
Wait,
Like, Alexa, she's going to help me out. Play the song Convoy.
Convoy by C.W. McCall from Benjamin Spotify.
This personified Breaker 19, this here's a rubber ducky.
Wait,
like CB radios, like truckers.
Like 18-wheelers.
Like rest stop sex, truckers.
Okay, well, this coincides with serial killer epidemics that was also going in the mid to late 70s. So, no, that doesn't...
I wonder why.
I'm not totally
not
shocked.
Surprised. So the show, BJ and the Bear, capitalized on this trend of love of the trucker lifestyle.
Okay.
BJ is I don't know what he was, but he's a trucker. He's a former something, like cop or something.
They all are.
And him and his friend Bear, not his friend, Bear is a monkey. Bear is a chimp. Is the bottom line.
Bear is a monkey?
Bear is a monkey.
Okay.
And so BJ and his chimp named Bear ride in the truck in this convoy. Boy, it's a beautiful sight. And they solve crimes, maybe? No, it's a comedy. I take it back.
No.
I mean, obviously, it's a comedy.
Wait.
It's a sitcom. It ran for like 2 years. But it was a big deal.
Okay. Also...
There's the picture of BJ. Everybody, do yourself a favor and Google BJ and the Bear.
The bear looks like like my grandpa. Honestly, the outfit he's wearing...
Oh, yeah, the chimp is dressed up. Full on dressed up, you guys. There's no...
Wait,
This chimp is wearing clothes.
I know this is like my craziness coming out, but like chimps are the least likely monkey to have in a closed space. They're closest related to humans. They're psychopaths. They'll kill you.
Yeah. They'll rip your face off.
Like maybe a spider monkey, maybe a bonobo.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well have a silverback gorilla out there.
Exactly.
Okay.
Alexa.
I like this.
Stop.
Oh.
It's a very sing-talky song. We get it. We can listen to it.
We get it.
We can
it's
listen
like
to it.
some radio chat.
So our friend Glenn,
yeah,
the creator of BJ and the Bear, famed BJ and the Bear.
Yeah, I like how you started with Battlestar Galactica and then just worked your way down to BJ and the Bear because
you can't start on BJ and the Bear. You have to finish on BJ and the Bear.
Clearly, yeah.
That is where you finish. So in 1979, our friend Glenn looking for his next hit. He's got a script that he's working on, that he's shopping around, can't quite get it to stick. So, young ingenue, probably using that word wrong.
Who cares?
Donald Belisario.
Which, I'm busting. Okay.
Donald Belisario. Most known for fathering Troy and Belisario, who went on to play Spencer Hastings of PLL. Obviously.
Hello,
He also created like NCIS and like the biggest shows on TV, and
his other son is starring in NCIS, so there's no nepotism whatsoever.
Yeah, but so his young Donald Belisario, who would go on to create many, many more TV shows than Mr. Larson. He gives it to Donald Belisario and says, "Hey, I need this punched up. We got to sell this script." Donald Belisario is working on a script of his own at the time. It's called H.H. Flynn. And it's a series about a private investigator on Rodeo Drive.
Oh, okay.
So Donald mixes and matches H.H. Flynn with Glenn Larson's script, and thus is born Magnum P.I.
Oh my God.
Isn't
that is like a great story, honestly, though.
Alexa, play the theme from Magnum P.I.
Also, I do want
Theme from Magnum P.I. by Mike Post and Larry Carlton from Benjamin's Spotify.
They better have done an episode where Magnum P.I. went to Rodeo Drive to solve a case.
Right? They better have. Okay.
Just like to touch their roots.
Just so they get back to it. So, CBS orders the pilot. They're like, Glenn, Donnie, we love it. Here's back up the Brinks truck. You make this show. Okay. They make the pilot, show it to CBS. CBS instantly buys 22 episodes.
22?
They buy a full 22 episode run.
Unheard of, okay.
Unheard of. They're like, we love it. Baby, Donnie, baby, we love it. We can't get enough. So they buy this thing. It's an instant smash success. It goes on. Thomas Magnum, played by Tom Selleck.
The Tom Selleck.
Who, coincidentally, this is very famous trivia, so...
I don't know it, though.
So, yeah, okay, that's true. Tom Selleck signed on for Magnum P.I. in early 1980.
Okay.
Shortly thereafter, he was offered the role of Indiana Jones. But due to conflicts with the TV show, he had to turn it down. And they offered the role to Harrison Ford.
No.
And in between, after they offered it to Harrison Ford, there was a writer's strike that pushed off production of Magnum P.I. that would have allowed him to do Indiana Jones.
Well, that wasn't fucking fate. I had no idea.
Awful. Honestly, would I watch a Tom Selleck Indiana Jones? Damn right I would.
Yeah, in those short shorts?
He is so charismatic, I can't get enough.
No, but like, obviously Harrison Ford is supposed to be Indiana Jones, but
like, imagine the possibilities. So,
do you think, has he like ever commented, is he like kicking himself about, like,
it's not like,
he can't do anything.
He didn't do anything. He was like under contract. He was supposed to film like it wouldn't have worked.
And Magnum P.I. was a huge success.
Magnum P.I. went on to be a giant success. Ran for 8 seasons. Where we're picking up our story is Magnum P.I. for the first 5 seasons, always in the top 20.
Okay.
It's a huge show. It peaks at number 3, but it's always in the top 20.
Yeah.
Around season 6, it falls out of the top 20. And in season 7, the producers are like, we need some juice. We gotta inject a little life back into the show. And
boy, did they.
And at the same time, in 1986, this aired on November 1986.
Yeah.
Murder, She Wrote, the new hit on CBS, is in its 3rd season. Its popularity only growing.
Oh my God, 3rd season,
Prime Murder, She Wrote.
Okay.
And so the producers are like, this is a no-brainer.
J.B.
Fletch, get to Oahu. You're in.
Fly there, JB.
So
amazing.
They get this crossover. Magnum, this is the episode we're about to discuss, called Novel Connection. Took place in season 7. It got renewed for 1 more season.
You're welcome.
I attribute everything to Angela Lansbury. Without her, this show is dead after season 7. I'm sure of it.
That is. And honestly, I feel like I'm not a big fan of crossovers, but when I've never seen Magnum P.I. and I love JB, so I feel like I'm all for it. Because it almost feels like a Murder, She Wrote episode, but, you know.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you don't
like... Tom Selleck is guest starring.
Exactly. It's like one of the ones like, Alexa, stop. I know it's a great theme song, but quit repeating the...
Alexa.
So, I can't remember where I was now. I had to yell at Alexa.
About... Tom Selleck guest starring in Magnum P.I. with Jessica.
Yeah. It's like one of the later episodes of Murder, She Wrote where the first 20 minutes is like Jessica Free while they're introducing all these other characters we don't care about. But this time, one of those characters is Tom Selleck, and we're like, fine, cool, I'm cool with it.
And the mom from Arrested Development.
Yeah.
AKA Iroh Martini GIF. If you just Google Iroh GIF, first one that comes up.
Because it's the greatest one of all time.
God, I still need to watch that show, but...
It has to this day one of my favorite lines when she's talking about her daughter. She says, she thinks I'm too critical. That's another flaw of hers. And she delivers it so it's to this day one of the greatest.
It sounds like my mother.
It's like one of the hardest laughs I've ever had in my life.
God.
Was Jessica Walters giving that line. So perfect.
Besides Euro Trip.
You guys, have you seen Euro Trip? The Little Hitler? Why is it so funny?
It literally is one of the funny, like Ben and I connected over Euro Trip.
This movie you probably never, who stars in it? Couldn't tell you.
Michelle Trachtenberg, whatever.
Is that right? Is it Harriet the Spy?
Yeah. She's a sister that...
What's his name? There's another guy that stars in it too.
Matt Damon's in it.
Well, Scotty doesn't know. So, as we all are aware, Scotty doesn't know. One of the greatest cameos of all time, Matt Damon.
That really is one of the greatest cameos.
Scotty
doesn't... like for 1 minute.
Scotty doesn't... Hey, can we take a break and watch Euro Trip right now? Because
can Alexa just play like one hint of Scotty Doesn't Know?
Let's see if she knows that one. Okay. Alexa, play Scotty Doesn't Know.
I think it's by Lustra.
Scotty Doesn't Know by Lustra from Benjamin's Spotify.
Yes. And it's a legit good song. That's the best part. It's like legit good.
No, that Fiona and me do it in my way. Oh my god, and Matt Damon's like all pierced out.
He's all like, grunged out. It's fantastic. He's like bald and tattoos. Yeah. It's so good.
He comes out like, is that Matt Damon?
And literally he's like, listening to the word like specifically about it. It's so perfect.
It's like an American Pie. It's like so stupid.
It's so great.
Anyway, okay, we can get back to Tom.
Alexa, stop thrusting.
I need to watch that. I need to find that on Amazon for cheap.
It's got to be streaming somewhere.
Euro Trip?
Right?
I mean, I feel like it's almost too deep of a dive.
Do I have an app that will tell me anything that's streaming? Yeah, I do. Am I looking up Euro Trip? It's called the Just Watch app, you guys. They'll tell you where it's streaming anywhere. And if it's not free, it'll tell you like where you can go rent it or buy it.
Just Watch. You guys, Ben knows everything. Also, fun fact.
46% Rotten Tomatoes? You are wrong.
No.
You could not be more wrong.
Excuse me.
You can rent it for $1.99.
From where?
Fandango. But you can rent it for $2.99 on Google Play. It's not on Amazon, though. What?
It's a deep dive.
God,
Just Watch. Is that the icon? Oh.
That's the one.
Okay.
Just Watch. So, yeah, we should sponsor the show.
Yeah.
Just
Hey,
watch.
guys, Just Watch.
Just Watch.
Fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to say anything.
I was just going to say Tom Selleck is 6'4", and he looks probably like 7 foot in his little short shorts. I just had to get that out there because I couldn't see. I was like, Ben, how tall are you? Ben's 6'2", guys. I was like, oh my God, even taller than Ben and with short shorts. Ooh.
It's ridiculous because I heard tell that one of the hallmarks of Magnum PI was that he likes a shorty short.
Oh.
And I was like, sure, like it was started in the early 80s, like that was the style. But literally the first time we see him, he's wearing just like a
bro tank.
Like a bro tank that is not that long, practically covering his shorts, which are non-existent.
I could not, and they were the same color. I had to lean in and squint to see.
That's why you were leaning in. Yeah, that's why you were leaning in.
I had to see like the fine, like, okay. I couldn't see shorts, whatever.
Legs for days.
For days, and he's tan, and I'm not really one for a hairy chest, but
no,
it's like...
or a mustache. Normally a mustache is like, red flag 101 is a dude with a mustache.
Yeah. But for him, I'm like, okay.
Like, you can't... He went mustache free for like 2 seconds. And I feel like the world was like, Tom, no. Tom.
No.
You can't. You have to go back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an 80s baby, but I knew everyone loved Tom Selleck, and I was like, okay. And now I'm watching it, and I was like, okay.
Like, I want to, like, now, seriously, after watching that, I never have seen an episode of Magnum PI in my life, but I've seen, like, a 3 Men and a Baby, like, when he tried to be a movie star, and he was. I just, like, want to do, like, a deep dive on his, like, 80s and 90s movies.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is how we get introduced to the best characters. I mean, we were watching PLL, we're like, oh... Murder, She Wrote, a little cross,
We'll just try it out, see what happens.
fuck PLL. Now we love murder. Now we're just gonna dabble in Tom Selleck. It's okay, guys.
You guys, is a Magnum PI podcast next? I can't say for sure. We have too much going on. We can barely get this one out. Calm down.
Yeah, but I do want to see more Tom Selleck. Will I start watching that cop show? Maybe.
Blue Bloods?
Blue Bloods.
I kind of want to watch it now. Yeah.
Wait. Steven watches that, actually, because I come in sometime. Is that with Donnie?
Wahlberg. Marky Mark's little brother.
Okay. It's all coming together.
You're going to have to start paying attention now.
I know.
Oh, and oddly enough, I think his name is Len Carew, who played Michael Haggerty in the last episode of Murder, the, British investigator.
Yeah.
Plays, the patriarch of that family on Blue Bloods.
No!
It all comes together.
Oh, my God. So between Belisario, Michael Haggerty, Blue... I'm just, tripping
It's all coming together.
Okay.
Okay, guys. We're going to talk about... This is right now, we're just doing the Magnum PI side of this crossover.
Just part one.
And you guys, it ended on, a cliffhanger. We're how long do we have to wait to watch this? Because
That was legit. I turned to Ben and I was like, Ben, we really can't wait that long to see the next one because I'm on a cliffhanger.
No, because I saw he got shot in the back. Did Magnum's bullet because you don't like each other? It was a legit...
being arrested for murder by the Hawaiian police.
And it was a local. They used a lot of locals. So that guy, the cop that came to arrest him at the end, was just a local.
I couldn't tell. I loved it.
He was not a good actor.
No,
you're under arrest. You're under arrest for murder.
You are under arrest. To dabble into our other podcast, but he held a gun better than Toby. I can see.
Yeah, this jerk they pulled off the street and put a gun in his hand is here.
He's a better actor
Point
than
this at Tom Selleck. Keegan Allen can't hold a candle to this dude.
Exactly. So... And they're employing the local, creating a better economy. Did
you know Keegan Allen has a second book of photography out?
Already?
Yeah, what a pretentious dickbag.
I hate him so
He's the worst.
I can't even,
Okay, anyway, let's hit the plot of this thing. If you've not seen it for a while, because I think Magnum was on Netflix at the same time Murder, She Wrote was, and I think it all got taken off. Because Netflix is the devil.
We still need to write a petition. I signed a change.org thing.
That's right. We did sign the change.org petition. Sadly, we were one of the only ones who did.
All other change.org. Don't know if anything happened with it. Clearly not. But
change.org. I'm not signing up to do any follow-up.
No.
No, that's not what I'm signing up for. I'm not signing up to do homework. Change.org. Thank you very much.
Do good.
Okay, so we open with Higgins, manservant, butler,
spirit animal. At first I hated him, then I became to admire him and love him.
His eye roll game is rivals that of Mother Bluth.
Right, and he is so monotone the entire time.
His
and just
dry delivery.
That's me.
Perfect.
It's just no, I didn't say that. If you would, and just
no one asked you to be. No one's giving you the case, Magnum.
Well, I can't do an accent. But then they were
just he was barely. That's the thing. He was. I think he's actually British. I don't know, but his accent was he wasn't laying it on super thick. But he was just doing just enough hoity-toity British that it was perfect.
And so hoity-toity but monotone, and then they would just slowly zoom in on his face for a scene, and it was it was perfect.
The use of zoom, because when Jessica enters, they zoom up on her and she's just looking perfect. They really did. They did it right.
Yeah, I don't know who the cinematographer were multiple people, but they did a great job. So it started with Higgins. Also, can we just address his hair?
You guys, what is that hairline?
At first, I thought because he was driving, I could only see the one flip over, and then it went a triangle, very.
Did you watch Mad Men?
I've seen a few episodes here or there.
because Pete, by the end of Mad Men, Pete, I can't remember his last name, but the character of Pete, they wanted him to kind of be balding, so they literally like shaved a wedge into his hair and had him do a comb over.
That's rude. So nasty, so rude.
Yeah, so they were like shaving his head, and that's exactly what Higgins looked like. It looks like someone shaved. It was so deep.
Yeah, it was so
distractingly
deep. But it was like
deep.
so smooth and like kind of a comb over, but kind of almost Hitler-esque comb over, but with
a little Hitlery.
I mean,
it was a little.
How many times have we brought up
Hitler
Hitler on this podcast now? Yeah.
Have we ever not? I feel like it's
God. But yeah, so sorry, just had to get the looks out of the way first.
Okay, hard pivot.
Hard pivot.
Did we just take like a 30-minute break to do a deep dive on TJ Miller? Who knows? Who knows? You guys, we're doing this episode just full disclosure.
Yeah.
We're afraid the laptop. Obviously, we're afraid the laptop's going to eat the episode.
Yeah, and
yet again.
We don't want to commit suicide tonight because the episode failed. So we're at least doing 20-minute chunks.
So we're pausing every 20 minutes, saving the episode, making sure everything's okay. And did we end up talking about TJ Miller and his brain injury and his assault of an Uber driver because of something he said about Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah, we read all about it, and it's fascinating.
This is fascinating, yeah. So guys, do a deep dive. I knew nothing about him. Now I know a lot about him.
Now, yeah. Okay.
Okay,
so hard pivot to the plot of the episode.
Yes. So it's...
Someone runs Higgins and these three ladies off the road. He went, picked them up, and they're going to see Robin Masters, who is the one who rents the compound, and then him and they have an agreement. And again, every website I've read, again, having seen 0 episodes of this, I wanted to read up and see what it's about. All the websites would say, even the Magnum wiki was like, no one knows, but him and Tom Selleck have an agreement. I'm like,
and
so Robin Masters is going,
Obviously, that's a beautiful compound, and you're not just... I mean, Tom Selleck is also beautiful, but I mean...
Yeah, would I let Tom Selleck stay on my compound? Yes. Would I expect something in return? Probably so.
And Ben compared him to Stan from Will and Grace.
Yeah, you never see him, but
you know all about him.
Hey, Magnum, it's the first of the month. The rent is due. Please come to my chambers. That's how I'd say it too. Chambers.
Please only talk like that from now on.
It's just extend. Talk about the episode. I lost it. I already lost it. My chambers. I can only say the word chambers.
I don't know. It's so funny. Okay.
So they're unconcerned, but kind of concerned. They're like, did this guy do this on purpose? We don't know.
Yeah, they're at first we didn't think so, but basically our hypochondriac friends kind of someone's trying to kill us.
But the older lady, Mrs. Bates, is like, is she the one who convinced them? Yeah, it probably was shady.
It was.
Pamela
Bates? Real quick, they go from basically none of them thinking they were going to be killed to towards the end of this episode. They all think they're individually being attacked and being sought out to be murdered.
I thought that was the genius of this episode, honestly. Because by the end, Jessica's like, oh no, I think it was Amy. And he's like, no, he's after Joan. And Higgins is like, no, it's guys, he's after me.
It was perfect.
Jessica, I've made many enemies in my colored past. Any one of them could hire an assassin to come after me.
That's perfect because it's also Higgins mixed with Amos. So that's a crossover accent. But he was
imagine Amos meeting Higgins.
I can't.
You can't. You literally can't. It would be too good.
No.
It's too good to ever happen.
Also, Seth and Higgins in the same room, trying to get at Jessica. Because I'm a doctor, and I have a British accent, and I'm blah, blah, blah.
And she's just a lowly old mystery writer. What does she know?
Exactly. Okay. But I love that part where it started off that way, and then they all have no, it's after me, and the way they did it was really well done.
And Joan, I think that's Jessica Walters. She's just slaying through this whole episode.
Yes.
Because first of all, she's just gone. She propositions Magnum.
Yeah, you see her full leg on the bed. Yeah. And she's I love watching men pack.
Okay, before we get there, we got to sidetrack. I don't know why we have to explain the episode, but we do.
You have to.
Okay, so we'll just do a quick. I'm going to do a quick 20-second.
Do it.
Someone tries to run them off the road. They don't know whether or not this guy was meant to do it, and then one of the girls goes missing. So Magnum, not sure if he's taken the case yet, goes to find her, sees he's being tailed by a guy in a super ugly blue jacket. And also in a blue car, matching his car and his jacket. It's horrific.
Horrible.
Tricks him into going into a wrong hotel room, which we'll talk about how that worked. We'll get there. And so Magnum loses him that time. And then they go to this party at the end with Jessica Walter's new boyfriend that she's been shagging on the beach.
Right.
And then this guy shows up there, knows the guy who was running the party.
Yeah, well.
And then Magnum's like, caught ya, chases him, shoots him, does he?
Yeah, we don't know.
Multiple gunfights in this. And then it ends with this alleged assassin dead, Magnum holding the gun, being arrested by an actor that's only slightly better than Keegan Allen.
Done.
To be continued.
That was probably done under 20 seconds, I'm sure.
I'm sure it was. Do I have a timer right here? Sure.
Obviously. You nailed it.
So, back to Jessica Walters. Thirsty. Mojave
clean.
Desert for a day and a half, no water, thirsty.
And I love it, though, because she's like...
No shame.
No shame. And when she didn't get it from him, she went to a beach and got it elsewhere.
Exactly. She didn't waste time. She's not, swooning. She's not hurting for it.
She asked him where to go meet other dudes. She wasn't...
When she realized, not getting it, she's like, I want to beach with more men. He's like, I'm sure Higgins can help you out. And she's like, okay, peace.
Yeah, bye. You didn't see her for, a good chunk of the episode after that.
No, she disappeared, and they're like... And I love how everybody's like, where have you been? She's like, I was on the beach. For the most part. And it's like, yeah.
Yes, and then they said
later...
The
sexual innuendos in this episode.
It was almost like a Golden Girls thing going on, too. And then she was like, I've been in the same clothes all day. And she's like, sure you have.
I'm sure not all day. Literally, you could add a laugh track to that, especially the scene at the lunch.
Yeah.
You could add a laugh track to it, and it would be worth flawlessly. When they're at the lunch, and we slowly pull out to reveal that Tom Selleck is sitting at a little kiddie table.
What do they all have against Tom Selleck, though?
It's
it was so, it's a beautiful, lobster... lunch, and then
he's like, lobster salad. It's like, no, you just had giant chunks of lobster. I didn't see a salad anywhere.
No, I saw a lemon cut up super pretty, like at Mastro's or something. And then Tom Selleck is literally in a lounge chair with a TV dinner tray, basically.
So yeah, it was hilarious.
God, Hank's you could still talk to him. Now he's fine.
Yeah, Jessica's like, can we make a spot? And he's like, no, Mrs. Reggie, it would require removing some of the sewer. Whatever he said, it was perfect.
I loved it. But yeah, no, that was pure comedy.
It was that scene was it was almost out of place. It was written so comedically. There's little moments all throughout this show.
But that one was
extra.
Yeah. So, well, first, Tom Magnum.
Magnum. His name is Thomas Magnum, so we can still call him Tom if we want.
Yeah.
But I'd prefer it if we called him Magnum.
Yeah. So Magnum... wants to take the case, and he's almost kind of being a little whiny baby. I want the case. Oh, God.
But I want you to want me to have the case.
Yeah, but, no, I'm not going to take it. I was like, okay, Tom. He was being the opposite of Jessica, because Jessica's always even in this episode, no, I do not want to do this. And he...
Her friend, her friend sold her as an investigator, and she's like, whoa, pump the brakes.
She's like, what did you say about me? I'm your friend. I'm not going to... And it's obviously, but Jessica's one. And he, they did it perfectly, too, where the whole, first half of this episode, Magnum's like, who's this investigator? What is he gonna do? Or blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, her. And it's Jessica, in all her glory, walking down the stairs.
Yeah, I can't remember what Magnum said, but he's like, what is he gonna do? And she's like, she. And then it pans back to Pamela, and she's like, whips her hair around. She's like, she. Yes. And it's like, oh, shit.
Love it. Still relevant. People all the time.
Still relevant. I was like, if they were if at the Women's March, they should have just put that up on the screen and just played that on a loop.
Oh my God.
She.
That's our boss at work. The director is a female, and all the time people will be like, I need to speak to the director. What's his name? And I'm always like, her name is this. I'm like, little slight dig, you fucking asshole. I do assume it's a guy. But, men suck.
times are changing. Ladies can be in charge of stuff now. It's weird.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm not used to it yet.
You know, we just needed JB to save Magnum fucking PI then.
That's the thing, and even in this episode, like, she's so modest. She's like, well, I just wanted to tell you a couple things, maybe a little what I noticed. She literally
solves, he's like, oh yeah, I don't go based off hunches, I go based off logic and deductive reasoning. It's like, okay, Tom. Your shorts are, like, so far up your fucking ass. Like, because she was... Okay, wait. I keep going. I'm so jumping around.
No, it's that's what we're here for.
So, one of the girls...
This is a bonus episode. It's not structured.
Right. One of the girls goes missing, and they find her... Okay, I still...
Multiple, have gone missing.
Yeah, so then two of them, and then one of them... I don't know her name. Ends up the younger of them all.
I think that's Amy. The blonde one? The younger blonde is Amy, I think.
So she ends up going missing, and then Tom finds her because of her allergy medicines, like where she called in the prescription.
Because, he went in, like, because after Higgins told him, like, no, you don't get the case.
Yeah.
He goes in, he's like, obviously he still wants it. So he's snooping around, finds her pill bottle or her little bag, sees that she's got a prescription that's going to need to be filled.
Obviously it's asthma. You cannot wait on asthma.
No. So he calls ahead to the closest pharmacy and says, hey, if this person, he must know the guy. I'm like, hey, if this person refills a thing, give me a call, probably a little kickback for you.
Yeah.
So the pill box calls. I love that the pharmacy is called the pill box.
I know. It's amazing.
How quaint. So, and then he's like, gets the thing, and that's when he goes and shows up and sees the guy tailing him. And let's just get right into this.
Yeah.
So he notices the guy's tailing him, because he's Thomas Magnum. He's going to notice something like that.
He's no amateur detective.
So he goes up, just playing a hunch, presumably, that this room is empty, knocks on the door.
Yeah.
And then, no one home. So he goes over and, drives away super quick.
It drives away to the back and then gets in the bathroom drawer.
It's like, they didn't really show exactly,
right.
Again, he had to move super quick. He moves like a cheetah, because, not only
except when he needs to.
Except when he's chasing an old man in an ugly jacket.
Yeah.
So, in the time it took the old man to get out of the car and get over to the room, he had to drive out of sight, park the car, get through the window, get in, be waiting for him. He's like a cheetah.
Quick.
And so the guy picks the lock, and Tommy Mags puts the gun on him and says, hey, what's up?
Yeah. And then, of course, the guy who's actually in the hotel room is worst timing ever, coming in with a bag of groceries, and then decides to just, hey, Tom Selleck, go for the head with the groceries, and then, or whoever,
yeah.
And Tom Selleck uses him as a human shield, basically.
I mean, he says get out of the way, but he definitely turns him towards the guy with the gun and uses him as a human shield.
Exactly. And so then, pew pew, gun battle, they just leave the guy in the hotel room because he's a waste of space. And then the bad guy gets away. Bad guy, I'm assuming. He has a gun.
He has a gun. He shot at Tom Selleck. He's a bad guy.
Right.
So the greatest part about this scene is after this, we're back into comedy mode.
Yeah.
After the gunfight, back to comedy mode. He goes back to the room, knocks on the door, and the guy just all you see is the guy's hand come out, hand him back his gun, and then he closes the meeting. He's like, thank you. Oh, attitude, Tom Selleck? Really? This guy was just in a fucking crossfire, almost got killed. He caught you breaking into his room, and you're going to give him attitude?
I know.
Okay.
You don't even offer him an explanation.
Not even I'm sorry, here's what happened, call the police.
Okay.
Obviously, there have been gunshots here. Someone could be hurt. It was a busy street we were shooting on.
God.
Nope.
No.
Just close the door. And
just
then
attitude.
Casually saunters down to number one, where the woman is, knocks on the door, and he's like, here's your prescription. It's like, okay, you're cool as cucumbers, buddy. That's
really. And then she's like, only you would know that, and asthmatic needs.
Can't go without her medicine.
It's like, is he? I mean, okay, Amy. But then Amy's like, oh, I had an ex-boyfriend, and I broke up with him, and he might maybe send someone out to murder me, right? Isn't that what happened?
She's worried about the ex-boyfriend. Joan won't sell her company.
That's not. Oh,
or is it Bates? Is that the older lady, or is that Jessica Walters? Who has the company? One of them has a company.
Pamela has a company.
Okay, one of them has.
She thinks the guy's embezzling, and then they're supposed to fly to New York with Jessica.
Oh, they're flying. Hopefully, we're back in this, in the mainland.
I mean, we'll see.
Okay.
So they both basically go missing. Joan's missing for a second, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Joan's, and then she gets found at the hotel, Amy, and then Joan just, like, wanders in. She's like, I've been fucking for 2 days, guys. Like, why'd you call the police? I'm fine.
But basically, and she has, like, one of my favorite lines of the episode. She's like, I don't need to be monitored. I'm 39.
Yeah. I was like, yes, girl. I love it.
P.S. She looks the same in this episode as she does on Arrested Development.
She
so
looks amazing.
It's
has
ridiculous.
That same look in her eye.
It's fantastic.
And so basically, and then at lunch, Jessica looks at Amy's ring, and she's like, ugh, I wish it was real. And Jessica, obviously, true Murder, She Wrote fans know Jessica's a diamond expert.
She's gonna spot a fake or a real.
Or a real in this case, and normally it's a reverse, but no, Jessica knew it was
I like
real.
that it's the reverse.
I know.
I like that it's the reverse.
And so basically, then Jessica was like, Magnum, you need to take this case.
He's like, yeah,
Pamela
she's like,
finally is like, if you need some muscle.
yeah, because Jessica's like, okay, dude, she said it was fake, but it's real. Why would you lie about that? She was talking about her ring, but she's covering up her wedding, the band from her wedding ring that's shaded with that diamond thing, but the band is thinner, so you can tell that she had a bigger ring on. And he's like, her diamond cast shade.
Yeah, okay. And then she was like, oh, and obviously Joan wasn't, like, at the beach all the time because she would have been more flushed. She's like, sunscreen. And it's like, no, Tom, you can't.
He was just...
This is the Hawaiian sun, you dum-dum.
You're the one who lives in Hawaii. You
Yeah.
should be like, oh, yeah, good point. Good
Yeah,
point.
and then he's just like, she fly, don't bother me. And Jessica's like, okay. I was like, oh, God.
She's like, thank you for taking the case. I haven't taken it.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, you were begging for... It's like one of those things, it's like, when someone asks you for something many times, you're like, yeah, do you want it? And they're like, no, I don't want it anymore. I had to ask you many times. Like, it's like, shut the fuck up. I love Tom Selleck, but he's also, compared to JB, like a whiny little boy.
He really is.
I can't decide.
Just a whiny little boy who can't share his toys and, like, doesn't want to, but then wants to play with other kids. Yeah.
And then at lunch, he had a temper tantrum. Oh, they got shot at lunch.
Yeah.
BT dubs. And that's when Higgins, like, oh, the trajectory was going towards me. And Jessica's like, okay, so they want you dead too now?
That's where I was standing moments before the guns went off. Moments before.
And then Jessica's face is just like, what is happening?
What was the shade? She threw some such great shade when they were at the party. P.S. By the way, the dress she wore to that party.
Wait till she turns. I love that back.
I love the front, like...
I mean, the front's great, but the back was a surprise.
Because it's like a, I don't know what you want to call it.
Like sheer?
It's sheer, but then it covers the bust.
It's like a Cupid cut.
And it's like...
on the bust, then sheer, higher neckline with like...
And it's this gorgeous dark blue. Gorgeous dark blue.
Yes.
Like a navy, like a deep, deep navy.
And everything's so flat around her. Like, Pamela walked in and she was wearing this, like, purple getup where I could literally see every little...
Oh, Pamela, yeah.
Not, like, big rolls, but you know, like, when your grandma, it's, like, skin and it's probably really soft, but it's, like, like, rolls.
Yep. The hand motions you guys missed to show rolls, but yes, I still think people understand.
And that was Pamela's body.
That was Pamela,
but, like,
for
Jessica,
sure.
And then she turned around, I'm like, she has a cleaner, smoother back than I do. Like, she has the skin of an angel.
It's insane. Like, and she could literally put that same dress on today, not miss a beat.
She
like,
could go to the Oscars in that dress.
She absolutely could go to the Oscars in that dress.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was gorgeous. Her Hawaii outfit.
Stunning.
Killing it.
She kills it in Hawaii.
Yes. Where were we?
So then, like, at the party, when she's talking to Magnum, she says something. I should have written it down, but remember she threw, like, such great shade at him, and I can't remember what it was.
There was so much good shade throughout this whole episode.
Like, especially at the end, she was kind of tired of his shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, good luck on your novel. And she's like, good luck on your next case.
It's so true. Like, you know, obviously Jessica's going to be solving this. It's like...
Yeah. The next episode is called Magnum on Ice because Jessica's got to save Magnum's ass.
And also, it's like, dude, I'm here saving your show and your case. You better step back. Okay, just take a word. So then they're at the party because Joan's there and they're looking for Joan. And something's up with Joan. But you don't
Something's
really know
definitely up
what
with Joan. She looked very good too. That black and white thing she was wearing looked, and even her super 80s hair.
Dude, she looks great.
Loved
apparently,
everything.
Like having lots of sex and having sunlight is good for you. Who knew?
Apparently.
Yeah, I guess I gotta try it.
I'll do one of those things.
Yeah.
I will not go in the sun.
Not at all. I'm a vampire. But it's like kind of weird because none of them want to say what's going on with their, like, why they are going to be attacked.
But they think they're going to be attacked, but then they still all want to go to this party?
Yeah. And the Pamela's like, oh, no, I can't. And then she's like, Jessica's like, okay, I flew all the way to Hawaii. You are, like, acting like you're going to be killed any moment. How about you tell me?
Yeah, my best friend said I'm in danger, so I got on a plane, which is the beginning of many an episode of Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah. Wait, isn't that how she got to Hawaii last time? And Murder, She Wrote? When her friend wrote the letter before she got stabbed?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
The killer allowed her to walk to them and say, yeah, that's exactly right.
So she just, I would fly to Hawaii if my friend's like, I need you. I'm like, what island? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm retired.
Yeah.
Multiple bestseller. Instantly recognizable. 100% of the people in this episode recognized her.
Yeah, everyone's like...
100% of the people knew who she was.
All of them knew who she was, except Tom thought J.B. Fletcher was a man. Do you not see her picture on the back of everything? But sure. Remember when they thought she was missing?
He's not picking up a book.
Ugh, no, he's not.
I just thought he was an author.
Yeah. It was like, I loved how they were playing on that. So I'm like, yeah.
It was like very like, I don't necessarily know that I like that poor Tommy Magnum had to play the oaf. Had to play the sexist dummy. Like, bring somebody else in to do it. Like, obviously it's not going to be Higgins. He's too classy.
But they're taking his job from him. So it's kind of like, he's kind of whiny. Like, I haven't seen any other Magnum PI episodes.
Is he this whiny the whole time?
But, like, he threw a temper tantrum at lunch and spilled wine everywhere.
Yeah. I've had enough of this.
Muscle? How dare you? I'm just 6'4" and handsome and muscly.
Yeah,
and I carry a gun.
Yeah, hello. I'm surrounded by like an old British butler and women with an average age of 57. Yeah. So yeah, you're the muscle, dude. Get over it.
Hello. But they're at the party. Then bad guy shows up.
And like, he knows the host who has been banging Joan for the last 48 hours.
Which I'm confused about because he's like, I couldn't drag Joan off the beach. She wouldn't leave. Like, he's in on something because Joan obviously wasn't at the beach, right?
Or they were just having sex on the beach? It seems like maybe he was trying to get her to go back to the place. Like, he was the one leading her there. Like, that's why he was like, I couldn't get her to come back because he wanted her to.
Interesting.
And then that's the guy followed them back, the guy that ended up shooting at them at lunch. Followed them.
So there was 3 gunfights in this. There was, during lunch, at the hotel, and then at the party.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
And the police only showed up the one time.
Of course. Absolutely. That's because there was other people who probably called the police at that party, but... Yeah.
Well, Magnum told Jessica to... Like, they were called in advance of the gunfight. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't show up as a result of the gunfight. No. They were called premature. Like, they were there. They were on their way anyway.
That's true. And then he sees him, pulls a gun. They do shoot, shoot, shoot.
Yeah, running through
the entire compound. Like, there's a botanical area, apparently.
There is, like, a weird botanical area that they run through.
Little greenhouse. Mm-hmm. And then he's shooting a Magnum PI, and you're like, whoa, that's close.
That was like, yeah, they did that really well, I thought. That scene where he goes around the corner and, like, a gun, like, he just barely misses. I thought that was very effective.
And then, yeah, he takes a deep breath, goes around the corner, points his gun, like, because he's going to get ready.
He just, like, shoots the gun around the corner just, like, to give him cover so the guy ducks in and gives him a chance to get out there. Yeah. And then he comes, like, holding that gun like a professional. Yeah. Again, unlike Keegan Allen, who does not know how to hold a gun, even though he played a police officer for multiple seasons of a major television show. Yeah. Never learned how to hold a gun.
Just holding a gun.
Looked like a fool every time it was in his hand. That's not what Tom Selleck looks like. He knows how to hold a gun.
Yeah, duh.
You believe he...
This isn't his first rodeo.
This is not his first rodeo.
And...
He's a big NRA guy now anyway, so... I think.
Why do you have to ruin every... He is a whiny little bit, sorry. I mean... Different strokes for different...
Maybe I'm just picturing him in Blue Bloods holding a rifle.
Yeah, he's a 7-year-old white man. Of course he's into the NRA.
I'm pretty sure he's like... Again, I don't want to like ruin anything for him. I'm pretty sure he's like a conservative.
Of course he is. I mean,
he didn't go talk at the convention or anything, but so maybe he's not like that into. I don't know.
No,
he's no Scott Baio.
He was more of a Marco Rubio.
He was more of a Teddy Cruz or a Marky Rube.
He didn't go full Trump.
Maybe even a Rand Paul. I could see him going Rand Paul. I could see him going around Paul, and I'm okay with it.
I
sign off on that.
After.
I sign off on that.
Okay, I could see that.
Who did Tom Selleck endorse?
Yeah, you know he's endorsing. But, like, if you're a Blue Bloods, if you're a...
You're on CBS.
Yeah.
You're that, okay.
Yeah, okay.
We can't talk politics because we'll get in trouble again.
Again? We got in trouble before?
Remember the woman who left a...
Oh, yes.
a message on our Facebook?
I blocked that out.
Anyway, we got chided for talking.
We did.
For talking politics, so... Hey guys,
bites of dust.
All are well. Yeah, all are well. Oh, you don't like this podcast? We'll refund you all your money and we can part ways. Fuck off.
Bye. Don't give a fuck. You know, in this political climate, I don't care. I'm just like...
To quote former guest Jackie Cation, we're all political comedians now.
Yeah. Sorry, Susan, if you don't like it, glad you tuned out. And then...
What's her name, Susan? Do you...
I don't know. It sounds like it would be. And then
of course, that Susan would do it.
And then she finds us on Facebook and then finds our... You wasted too much time, Susie. Let it go.
As long as she doesn't leave a bad review. You want
to... Susie doesn't know how to work a review button.
She is lucky to have found us on Facebook.
I think her niece was probably playing it on a weekend and she just got onto the interwebs. Who knows?
Smash cut to her like, you know what? Maybe I was too rough on them. I'm going to give this one more shot. I'm going to give Magnum PI. That's another one of my favorite shows. Let me listen. She's 45 minutes in. She's like, this is fantastic. Oh, they're talking about me. Oh.
No, she turned it off when we started playing Scotty Doesn't Know and started saying thrusting.
That's true. Fine. She's not sticking around through thrusting.
And you can't go through your trip.
We took a huge, like a very controversial stance against white supremacists, and that's what pissed her off.
Yeah, that's
so
what
she's not staying through Scotty Doesn't Know.
Yeah, no.
She's not saying.
But we did say Matt Damon was a skinhead, so she's like,
I could. Euro trip, you say? Let me. I'll send my son out to get the DVD.
$1.99. Okay.
I can swing that. I can swing that.
Oh God. Sorry, Susan. What?
Yeah, we're sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely won't talk politics anymore.
Definitely not.
But we will shit on anybody. If you say a negative word against us, we'll spend 10 minutes shitting on you. That's how this podcast works.
Yeah, we're like Eminem. You diss us, we dedicate a whole song to you. You're welcome.
Yeah, you want to write something? We'll Taylor Swift the shit out of you.
Oh.
We'll write a whole album about you.
Never go full Taylor Swift.
No.
But then, so he turns a corner. Bad guy's down on the floor, face down though, with what
face down with looks like a bullet hole in his back.
Right. I'm no trajectory expert, but that looks like it's coming from the back.
I'm pretty sure JB and Higgins are though.
True, and also, what we don't normally see on Murder, She Wrote, a dot of blood.
Yeah, usually they're pretty scarce with the blood on Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
Like there was that one episode in the ski lodge, which was shocking.
Or the virtual reality where he was like hanging. That was.
I literally. They got dark, like unsuspecting. Like you're so used to the show. Like usually people get shot like multiple times, and they just hunch over in a corner, zero blood.
They're like, she was slaughtered in this bed, white sheets, nothing. Like
exactly, like sheets open, whiteness,
white, just bleached, clean, beautiful. No, and then this one was probably only like a dollop, but
still,
it's still blood.
It's still more than we're used to.
Right. There wasn't any. I mean, it looks like he got shot through the spine,
But more perplexing. Again, did we just take another break? Yeah, we did.
Did Ben just blow my mind? Maybe. Did he tell me 40 is middle age and we found out? Yeah, like.
What's middle age? Again, you'll know why we're discussing such weird random things.
Yeah, but
we're gonna get to it.
Had my mind blown because
we're talking because I was listening to a podcast and I wish I could tell you which one it was, but I don't remember. And they're like, "What's middle age?" And someone posited that middle age is 55 to 70.
55 to 70?
They said is middle age, which is insane.
They're just stupid.
You're living to be 140? Are you going to be 140? 70 is not middle age.
Never.
So, like, based on average life expectancies, middle age is like 40. Like, even like starting in at 40 is almost even a little late.
Exactly.
Like,
and honestly, will I live to 80? Like, everyone on my mom's side, my dad... Okay, I'm tripping. I am tripping.
Oh, yeah. My mom's side, they are dropping like flies.
Yeah.
These bitches would love to see 80.
40 middle age? God. Oh, that's unheard of. Trite.
I think, yeah. When I,
like... 30? Oh, God.
That's the thing. It's like, do I live a healthy lifestyle? No, I'm probably middle-aged. I'm looking at right now, like, I'm like halfway through. I got another 35 good years if I'm lucky. If I'm lucky.
We were in a work meeting. They were saying, in 23 years, and I was like, are we going to live 23? I don't think...
Who will be alive then? Nobody.
No one.
None of us will be here.
Why are we planning like this? 40-year plan?
Yeah, they're going to bring in our 40-year plan.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Fuck right off with your 40-year plan.
I literally was...
No, thank you.
Anyway.
Okay. So...
Back to Magnum PI. We forgot to mention there's a subplot I don't really understand, so I'm going to kind of let Ben explain it.
I also feel like calling it a plot is using too strong of a word.
I feel like, I don't know if this is going to carry over, if this was something from before.
Is it something? Yeah, maybe it's something that like, this land deal is also going to tie in, because maybe they're not after the 4 people that think they're after. Maybe they're after Magnum to stop him from doing this land deal.
Right.
Because someone else, this land has like diamonds, because it's like, it almost looked like it was like volcanic land, like just had a couple flowers on it. Maybe there's like diamonds underneath it and he's going to sell it and lose But
they thought there was stuff on it, but then his 2 boys were like, no, you need to get the loan. Tell us as soon as you're approved. And it looked like they were upset. Like they're like, it's getting better and better. I thought they were
basically like, we got scammed. We want to bring you in because we don't want to be scammed alone.
And I think it's because their investment is higher if they don't have a third. Because it's
and they just want to limit the impact it's going to have on them.
Yeah.
And it also could just be because those 2 guys are regulars, from what I understand, Rick and TC.
Right. But also, it's like they're friends, so I'm kind of confused. But at the same time, like, they're like, we're just approved automatically over the phone for this loan. And then Magnum's like, I had paperwork. Like,
yeah,
and I'm thinking they made it seem like he's like a poor dum-dum, but maybe it's just like they were the dum-dums getting approved for a loan over the phone.
But then he doesn't like specifically pay rent, so it's like, what credit does he have? He gets paid under the table. Like, so maybe he, like, who would approve him for a loan?
No one. So I'm
again,
also
you live in this house. Ask Robin Masters. Ask him for a loan.
Ask your sugar daddy.
I bet he's good for it.
Sweetie, that's what he's there for.
I'll pay rent twice this month.
Right.
And
just need a loan for some property. You know how it is.
Approved.
Chambers.
Come to my chamber. I don't remember how I said it now.
Said it like that. It's perfect. Yeah, so maybe that'll play on next episode.
If it just drops off completely, it'll be even better. If they just completely forget about it. If the writers on Murder, She Wrote, if the guy, like, Magnum people are like, okay, here's where we got you, and here's what we were thinking. They're like, love it, guys. But Donnie, this subplot with the Maui land deal, I don't know what you're thinking.
Donnie,
you're wondering why your show is tanking? Brother, this is it. Subplots about bad Maui land deals.
And, like, some, like, flowers on the ground. The flowers are great. And, like, throws a chunk of flower. I was like, what is happening? But, we've never seen Magnum PI. We don't know if this is a carry-on, if this is going to next episode. To be decided.
Maybe it's a multi-episode arc where the finale, this land deal erupts. Who knows? Oh, also, P.S., one of the guys, one of those 2, I think, was it TC, owns that helicopter. Oh. And I did it's called
in real life?
Island Hoppers. No, it's just like in the show.
Okay.
He does like 2 island tours. I think they're all military vets, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's kind of one of their uniting things. But I do love how literally just like following someone down the highway, and then she pulls into like a business park and he's like, hey, land. Just on the top of any business building.
Yeah.
Sure.
Also, they can't follow that close. It's a helicopter. You have to be up a certain height.
And she's in a convertible, for God's sake.
He's like, get closer. We're following her. Like, she's in a convertible. She's like, what's that noisy helicopter? Like,
it's like, Magnum, I can see you. Yeah. I know your friend's helicopter. It landed on the front yard. I know what it looks like.
It's like when I would play at the park as a kid. My mom's like, if I can't see you, then you can't see me. It's a reverse, too. If I could see you, you could see me. Hello.
Yeah. You big dumb baby,
Magnum.
Get it together, baby.
Oh, God. Well, but now, so it ended. He's getting arrested by the locals. Everyone's like, what is happening? Everyone thinks they're getting killed, but the bad guy got killed. Did Magnum do it? Did he not?
I feel like he definitely did not.
I don't think he did either.
It was not his bullet. Again,
it's not going to be his bullet.
It's like you were shooting blind around a corner. that's probably a crime anyway.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. You should be in trouble for something. You're not.
Yeah.
You had multiple shootouts in this episode with zero regard for other human life. Yeah. So you're not innocent in all this. But I don't think you killed this guy.
No, it just didn't seem... The trajectory was off.
Yeah. And again, when Magnum's there, he's like, he had a gun. I'm like, you're not a cop. You don't get to be like, hey, guys, misunderstanding. No, you're a civilian who was in a gunfight. Yes, you get arrested. That's how this works.
Exactly. You're an amateur PI. Hello.
I think he would object to being called an amateur PI.
Well, you know what? This is my first episode, so to me...
to you, he is an amateur.
Pamela. I'm not even sure about this guy. So that was it for now, right?
I think that about covers it. You guys, what our plan is, and I think we should say it on this podcast, so we follow through with it, because follow through is our enemy.
Right.
Angela Lansbury's birthday is October 16th. She turns 92.
Hashtag so blessed.
God bless. So what we want to do is just drop the second half of this episode of this crossover on her birthday. What better way to celebrate her birthday?
That's a hop, skip, and a jump away, guys.
So, super close. So, stay tuned.
Because we're eager.
Are the last 2 seasons of Magnum P.I. him in prison? You're going to find out.
Well, we will.
Did he go to prison for 10 years and they did one of those Desperate Housewives PLL smash cut to 10 years later when he gets out of prison?
God.
I probably would have kept the show on for another 3 or 4 seasons if they did that, to be honest.
If only they knew.
Didn't work for PLL, though. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not.
It does not. No.
Okay, before we go, just because there's no guests, we're not playing any games.
There's no games. There's no top 80s songs.
No, we kept it very bare, very lean on this episode. Primarily because, we're super afraid the laptop's going to eat the episode. And
whatever. It doesn't matter.
But for whatever reason. So, we have a book from Richard Herring, who, if you're not familiar, he's a British comedian. He has his own podcast. We'll just plug his podcast.
That explains so much.
His podcast called Richard Herring's Leicester Theatre Square Podcast.
Okay.
Or as the cool kids call it, Rahalestapa.
Okay.
And on his show, he does emergency questions. And he recently released a book of all his emergency questions. Because it's basically just him going at the Leicester Theatre. We're at Leicester Square Theatre in London. Just interviewing funny British people. And it's amazing. And it's a great podcast.
I had no idea what this was. I just keep picking up this book at Ben's, and it's fucking hilarious and terrifying. The questions are great.
So we're
and
just
really do start conversations, because that's how we started talking about T.J. Miller and life expectancy.
It all emanated from this book. We were looking at it while we were saving stuff intermittently.
And at one point we're like, how did we get into this T.J. Miller thing? We're like, oh, the emergency question.
Okay, let's see. Question number 219. Have you ever appeared on a TV quiz show? If so, please tell me in excruciating detail about how you got on, especially if you lost.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I think both my parents were in the 70s.
Let's see. Question number 295. Which is the sexiest TV puppet?
Okay.
I gotta go Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy?
I feel like she is designed to have the sexuality.
I mean, you're so right.
Who else is even in the running, if I'm being honest? Who else is there?
I mean, yeah, I was
What other puppets, routinely wear high heels?
None of them do. I was trying to think of a guy puppet, and all I could think of were the grumps in the balcony.
I don't think Statler and Waldorf, not your cup of tea.
Nah. Any other last ones?
This one you already read, but it's a good one, so we can discuss it. Is sex with a ghost cheating?
Is it in your dream or is it physical? Oh,
it's
didn't Anna Nicole Smith say she had sex with a ghost?
I
think she
did. Probably.
Nothing
would surprise me. Was she just talking about her 97-year-old husband? Was that the ghost she was referring to? He's practically a ghost.
Yeah, basically. I would say yeah, because I was watching Casper recently, and those ghosts are pretty real.
Again, we were talking about funniest lines. One of the funniest lines I remember hearing as a kid was in that movie Casper, when they first meet Bill Pullman.
Yeah.
Is it Bill Pullman or Bill Paxton? It's Bill Pullman.
Yeah.
And two, he doesn't have anything to fight them off with. He's so scared. So he whips out a vacuum cleaner, and Stretch goes, what the hell is that thing?
Yeah.
Because they're dirty, and so they don't know what a vacuum cleaner is.
That
it's
movie,
hilarious.
I just rewatched it, and it was fucking hilarious.
Holds up.
No
joke.
So funny.
It's on like HBO Go or something.
Yeah, it is.
And I watched the first half of it too, and I was like, holy shit, does this hold up?
They're filming Christina Ricci for like this. Her dad's like a psychic for the ghost or whatever.
He's a ghost therapist.
Therapist, and they're like, and her loner daughter, and she's like, leave me alone. I was like, this is so funny.
As if any, and then the woman, who's the woman that hires him? I can't remember. Like she's
like,
great.
Yeah, she's.
And then Eric, oh my god, I can't remember, from Monty Python is her like little sidekick.
Yes.
And he's hilarious.
Yeah, and I loved the movie when I was a kid, and also, weirdly enough, after I watched the movie, I got a follow on Twitter, and I was like, who's this guy? It's the voice of Casper!
What?
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
Freaking out.
So, yeah, it is cheating if you have sex with a ghost.
Okay, so
that's an answer.
I just found one more. We'll just do one more. Have you ever taken a poo that is so impressive that you've taken a photo so you can show the world? And did you consider sending the photo to the Guinness Book of Records?
I would never take a picture of anything like that because I don't put anything in writing. I don't take sexting.
Marissa does not keep receipts, you guys.
I do not keep receipts.
She does not keep them. She does not give them.
But I feel like I've probably shown my mom at some point. Be like, Mom, like you've seen me at all my glory. Like, look at this shit, basically.
I feel like I had a brother. I grew up around male cousins.
Course.
So I've seen more shit than I care.
Yeah, I know Steven's friends used to, like, they would prank.
So gross. Dudes are so gross.
So gross.
But it was never a size thing that they were impressed with. It was always the color that they're like, that's an interesting color.
Interesting. I feel like we have to end on a different note. Like you need to.
Yeah, here I'll let you flip through. You pick because that was too.
Guys are the worst.
That was unnecessary.
Well, we'll do two. First, what is your favorite color?
Pink.
Oh, mine's green. Do you have a shade of pink?
No. Maybe like a neon pink. I like a bright neon. Contrasted with a black, like the black-pink combination is
like what you're wearing right now.
Oh, I literally am wearing black and pink right now.
And then what makes a good emergency question?
It's a good question.
What's your favorite food? I don't fucking know.
One more. Let's do one more.
Would you eat a bowl of crickets for $40,000? Alive or dead?
And how big is the bowl? Like, is it like a salad bowl?
Or is it like a miso soup
like
bowl?
Like a cup of soup bowl?
I don't know. This is crazy. I don't know. $40,000 isn't actually that much. Pre or post tax?
That thing, it's like, kind of make that in a year, and I'm like, I don't have to eat crickets.
How do you sleep at night? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, guys,
that's it. Again, we'll be back very soon to conclude this very special,
beautiful crossover episode on the greatest day of the year, October 16th.
October 16th. I forgot to print out our script, so hopefully we can remember our closing line, which is,
do all the good you can.
For all the people you can.
For as long...
In all the ways
you can.
For as long as ever you can. You guys, we literally read it at the end of every episode. We're not smart.
Ben knows.
We're not bright.
Don't drag you under the bus. It's all me, Ben. You know.
We're
you
not
know
bright,
it all.
no.
Oh, God.
Okay, guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.